What's up guys, and welcome back to Tech Plant. Today is a no light death match. Today I'm going to pair two low light plants up against each other. I'm going to give them no light for as long as it takes for one of them to tap out. Let's check it out. Let's get this match started. In the left corner we have the sansevieria moonlight cultivar, and in the right corner we are going to have the Zizi Plant. Many of you may have these, so let's find out how much no light they can handle. I'm just going to make some guesses that they're going to do pretty darn well. These plants in my house, they don't really do much at all. They just kind of sit there. They grow very slowly. Because they grow very slowly, I'm assuming they don't need a lot of light, because mine get tons of light and they get everything they need, but they do nothing surprisingly. So I think these are going to be a very good matchup for some truly low light plants. Where will this match be taking place? Well, it's going to be taking place in just a cardboard box. This is the easiest thing for me to seal up and keep all the light from getting on these plants. Another quick thing to note about these plants is they're both kind of low water plants. I don't water these very much and they seem to do very well that way, so it makes it much easier for this experiment. Alright, now I got them in their box. We're almost ready. I'm just going to arm them each with the pruning scissors and we'll close her up and see who wins. It's kind of like Toy Story. If you're not looking at them, then they start moving around. I did add some air holes to the side of the box just so to make sure some air is kind of moving through there and they are getting the oxygen and carbon dioxide that they need, just so we can rule that out of the equation. The amount of light that will get in there is very minimal, so this still will be a no light test. Well, maybe a tiny bit of light. I think a little bit of light's going to go in that box, but it's not going to bounce really much at all, and it's going to be basically nothing. But I'm going to keep this box here for a while, and we're going to see what happens over the next few weeks. Okay, it's only been 6 days, but I'm going to check them a little early because I don't actually know what happens when you take light away from a plant, and I don't know how fast they die, so let's just check to be careful. Almost identical. I can't see any drastic changes. It looks like they're both doing just fine. Again, it's only been 6 days, but I want to check to be sure. I'm going to give them a little bit of water, like a tiny bit, just so they don't dry out, but not too much because it's easy to overwater a plant if it's not getting a lot of light. So let's just toss it back in the box and let's see what happens in another week. Okay, I know I just said about 1 week I was going to wait, but I actually accidentally waited 18 days. Out of sight, out of mind really is a thing. This is how a lot of my plants end up dying. I put them somewhere I don't see them often and just forget about them. Some instant observations I'm seeing already on the Zizi plant is we do have some yellowing leaves. Now this could be because I haven't watered in a while, or it can be abandoning leaves because it's not getting much light. It also is pushing out a lot of new growth. I didn't notice that before, but there are tons of new spikes coming out. Now I'm looking at the snake plant and you can see a lot of the leaves are kind of wrinkling, at least the older ones. I don't know again if this is the plant kind of abandoning some older leaves because it no longer needs them because there's no light, or it just hasn't been watered in 18 days. I don't know. My other snake plant I haven't watered for a month and it seems to be doing fine, so I'm guessing it's because it's not getting any light. I don't think it's time for any of them to tap out. I think they're both doing okay. This could just be normal life cycle stuff, not sure. So I'm going to give them a little bit of water again and put them right back in the deathmatch chamber. Alright guys, it has been almost an entire month again while these things have been in this box. For almost a total of 2 months they've been in this box, so let's check them out. I can already see the Zizi plant is not looking too good. It has a lot of yellowing leaves and just is looking sad. Something even more concerning is all the new growth has like zero chlorophyll in it. This is because there is no light, so it's not wasting energy putting that into the leaves because it realizes there's no light and they don't need much at all to absorb the very little light that's available. Here you can see the growth on one of my healthy Zizi plants. You can see how much more greener the new growth is, and that's because it's receiving light, so the plant is putting a ton of chlorophyll in those leaves. So this one is really suffering at this point, and I don't want it to go on further, so I'm considering this a tap out by the Zizi plant. The snake plant isn't looking too good either. I mean, it has lost some of its very oldest leaves, and the next third one is kind of shriveling up, but overall it is still hanging in there with the newer growth. So I can safely conclude that the winner of this deathmatch is the sansevieria moonlight snake plant. This thing has done really well. Only 2 of the older leaves sort of shriveled up and died off, but it has taken way less damage than the Zizi plant. But don't worry guys, I wasn't going to let the Zizi plant die, so once I threw it in some light, you can see how all that new growth greened up nicely, and this plant is going to make a full recovery and be totally fine, so no worries guys. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I really liked pairing the two up and seeing how long they can last with zero light. We hear a lot from other YouTubers about, oh, the top 5, top 10, top 20 low light plants, but how do you really know if they're low light? This is how you throw them in a box for as long as you can and see how long they last. Anyways guys, I hope you liked that. If you want to see more of these death matches, let me know in the comments. I can just tell me what plants you want to see and I'll throw them in the box and we'll have them fight it out. As always guys, may your plants go strong and healthy. I'll see you next time.
No plants or animals were harmed in any of this filming.